Is this connection love or obsession? I've done this reading today because I had quite a few positive comments on the last reading I did with is this love, lust or limerence? And I feel like maybe it's a topic that isn't covered as much, but it's definitely a topic that can affect the tarot community in a big way. You know, tarot addiction can be very real. I just felt called to do this. For those of you that are wondering, you know, is this something that is healthy? Is this relationship real? You know, you might be wondering, is your judgment clouded on this situation? And you just want to have that clarity. But just know I'm going to be very open and honest about what I see. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, because I feel like if you're guided to watch this video, you're guided to really hear the truth about this and to know whether this is fear that is holding you back, or whether this is, you know, something that's really real. In either case, it may be that fear is the driving force one way or another. So if you're really ready to hear the truth, then, you know, please keep watching and we'll get to the pile selection now. So this is group 1, 2 and 3. So feel free to relax, pause the video here for a moment if you want. Just remember to use your gut instinct and your intuition to lead you to the pile for you. So take as long as you need. Sometimes it's good to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and then when you open your eyes, where are you drawn? Okay, that's just one way of doing it, but use the way that you feel the most comfortable and connected. And once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. And I am available for personal readings at this time, so the link to my website is down below as well. Okay, so let's get straight into your reading. Okay, so click the timestamp and I'll see you there. Okay, group number 1, let's take a look at, is this connection real love or is it obsession? Okay. So we'll start with the love message first from the Lover's Oracle. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Okay, we'll come to those. Let's start with the nature spirit. Sweat Lodge. Exchanging gifts. Number 27. Thinker and the number 44. Interesting. Let's put this. Yeah, okay. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. Soulmates. Soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Date, meeting someone new, getting back out there, plan, set a date. Okay, so I will be putting the tarot messages in my homemade deck as well, but we'll unpick what's going on here first. So, I'm picking up both energies right now of love and obsession, which is a bit strange, but usually sometimes the two can go hand in hand. Excuse me. Definitely throat chakra activation right now, so I don't know if there's something to do with communication between the two of you. There could be a silence or truth that needs to be told, okay? So I'm just going to have a bit of my, excuse me, my lovely black coffee. Should sort things out. Or make it worse, we'll see. Excuse me, this is really bad. I don't know what's going on. No, it's fine. It'll pass. Sorry, I'm getting a couple of mixed weird messages. I don't know why, like frog in the throat, frog, and then smoke. I'm getting that with the sweat lodge, like smoking. I don't know if someone's smoking right now, or they've got, I don't know, the coughing, I don't know, it's weird. Let me know in the comments if that resonates. I know that's off topic slightly, but I see what I see. But I am definitely picking up on some obsession here, because with the Thinker card, so I feel like there's a lot of thinking going on right now between the two of you. But we're more so looking at this from your perspective. because this is about knowing if your judgment is clouded, you know, whether this is, you know, the real thing, or whether this is somebody you're just kind of obsessed with, you know, whether this is coming from something more real. But obsession lies in the mind. Okay, obsession doesn't lie within the heart. So the heart is where the love is, the head is where the obsession is. So this is why, and I'm definitely picking up on that obsessive energy. But we have soulmates here, which is, you know, a loving partnership, an agreement. So, you know, there are elements of love here as well. And with this message here, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. So this is where I feel like you are, like this is a special message for you, Group 1, for you to, you know, really try to listen to your heart and not to your mind. Okay, to step out of any obsessive or intrusive thoughts and to focus on what you really feel. You know, if it's real love, it should feel nice, it should feel happy, and not to say that, you know, love doesn't create pain as well, but in terms of, you know, if it's obsessive, excuse me, it's not going to be a fun or enjoyable experience. There'll be some highs, I'm sure, but there are definitely a lot of lows and some suffering. But it does feel like, Group 1, that there's an element of shifting here. So you may be shifting out of this, like, yeah, with Sweat Lodge, I see almost this cleansing. Like this could be like a spiritual cleansing, an emotional cleansing. You know, what do we excrete when we sweat? It's all the impurities out of our skin and anything else that needs to yeah, be expelled from the body in obviously many different places. But, and yeah, usually it's because, you may be feeling too hot. Maybe something, maybe you got too close to the fire and got burned. Okay, something about that. There could be some Scorpio energy here. I'm just sensing like the sting in the tail. So it might be like being stung and then kind of a retreating. Oh, I'm not sure if I want to go down that road again. That was a bit too hot. That was a bit too much. So yeah, the element of too much as well, which could then again border into obsession, because obsession is obviously doing something too much or to the detriment of other areas of your life. So if you feel like this connection or this relationship is taking over in a negative way, more so in your mind, then that could be that there are some feelings of obsession here. And the exchanging gifts as well. I don't know if there were some gifts exchanged between you, so, you know, that could be very literal. You know, whether there was a superficiality to this, something about impressing with money, or yeah, something to do with luxury. Could be some Taurus energy up in here. Yes. So yeah, it could be that there's something to do with the looks as well. It's something about impressing someone. I don't know whether this is what you feel you needed to do to impress, or they were trying to impress you, or there was kind of this like peacocking here. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. Some of you may have been born on a waxing crescent moon. Is it the waxing crescent now? It's I think it's past that now. We're nearly at full moon. But that may be the phase that you're in. There's something growing here. Okay, so again, maybe this is something just to check, because I can tell you what comes through here, of course, but it's still a general reading, and you still need to take on the messages, but what really resonates for you. You know, being, again, very open and honest with yourself, you know, how it resonates, or you know, what's really real about this. So yeah, something that's growing. So do you feel like the obsession is growing? If it's obsession, do you feel like it's getting worse? Do you sense or notice that you're spending more and more time thinking about them or spying on them through social media, through tarot? You know, is it to the detriment of other things? Is it making you feel bad? Okay, or are you now realizing, actually, not that much. I don't really think about them that much. I think about them from time to time. It doesn't really affect the rest of my life. I love them very, very much, so I think about them, but I'm not obsessed. Okay, so again, this is really up to you, but I can just tell you what I think, from what I see and what I feel. So that's why I think that there is a little bit of a mixture going on here. Okay, and that can be common as well. You can have a bit of both, but it may be that one leans in towards the other. But obviously obsession is just never really a healthy thing. You can try and use it and put yourself into other, using it through other outlets creatively, but it's still detaching in a way by attaching to something. You see, it's like detaching from reality by attaching to something external. And it's usually through scarcity or through lack. There's something missing here. There's a void that you're trying to fill with the person, or if it's with other things, food, you know, drugs, alcohol. You know, you can get addicted to people. But like I said, it's not the worst. I'm not seeing a ton of obsession, but there could be. When we look further now into the tarot, like I said, I won't speak anymore until we see what comes through. So let's see. Is this love or is this obsession, group 1? Is this love or is this obsession? Okay, so we have Temperance, card of Sagittarius. We have the 8 of Pentacles, Son of Cups reversed, Father of Cups, 4 of Swords. Okay. Wow. 6 of Cups. Okay, so now I'm definitely getting more love. Yeah, so I knew there was definitely love in here. But again, it's a little bit of a mixture. But right here with Temperance, this is about balance and peace, harmony. Okay, so it's a feeling of being at peace. So maybe this isn't really overthinking, but it's thinking, but, you know, just being, I don't know, nostalgic. There's definitely a nostalgia here, and there's a longing. There's an emotional missing here for sure. 8 of Pentacles, earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got a lot of water here as well now. Aquarius, or maybe Aquarius, but Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But yeah, there's definitely this element of working here. I think that there's still a physical attraction, or this element of putting in time and effort, but in a consistent way. Okay. I mean, then Son of Cups reversed, and then Father of Cups upright. So there is someone here. I mean, both of these are masculine, so I don't know if that you resonate with that energy, but we've got 2 males here. Again, one could be a father and a son. But, you know, reverse the energy. It could be, you know, a single mother and a child as well. But, you know, the gender roles can switch depending on maybe the energy that they're in, the yin or the yang. But yeah, there's definitely this contrast of age and then emotional maturity or openness. It's like the younger person is emotionally either closed or immature, you know, just from age and experience. And then this one here is older or maybe wiser, more emotionally open and available. Okay, so this could be the 2 of you, okay? You could resonate with this energy or this energy, but it does feel like there is genuine love on one side for sure. There's an openness and a love, but there's some closed offness here, and some immaturity. It doesn't mean that there's no love, but it means that there is a lack there. Okay, and I do feel like it's a lack of growth and experience and maybe trust. Yeah. And then, yeah, the 4 of Swords is a more relaxed mental energy. So, yeah, this is the opposite of obsession almost. It's lethargy, or maybe, again, you were obsessed. Maybe you've moved out of that now, okay? So, for some of you have evolved out of that phase. For some of you, maybe you were never in that, you know, but you were just wondering. I think about them a lot, but is it healthy? And, yeah, I'm sensing that this is quite healthy. And that you are taking some time out to reflect, okay? Definitely. It feels like there's more peace here, more peace and harmony, but there is this emotional longing. So I do feel like that's very real, group 1. So yeah, this hasn't all been in your head. You know, there definitely is emotional involvement here. That's for sure. But I mean, it doesn't mean that it smothers or smooths over the cracks of the situation or whatever's going on between you right now. But I mean, maybe it helps to just have that understanding that, you know, this is real. You're actually feeling something very real, and it's in some ways reciprocal. That, like I said, there is some kind of emotional imbalance here. But like I said, it may just be that the emotions are there, but the way of expressing them is mismanaged in some way. So I'm just going to look for some of my homemade cards as well. Is this love or obsession? November, that makes sense. Diving instructor, relationship to fear, fire brigade, control. Whoa, okay, these are a bit intense, aren't they? Speak your truth, hypnotherapist, lawyer. All right, last one. Wish fulfillment. Okay. So, yeah, relationship to fear. That I feel like may make sense for you. Maybe it's fears that have been realized through this person. Maybe, you know, the strength of your feelings, or the way that you have felt or exhibited your feelings towards them, or, you know, where your mind has gone. There's definitely the element of something going on with the mind. Okay, so maybe you are thinking about seeking out a hypnotherapist or someone that's able to help you control the thoughts. Okay, it's definitely this element of control, and maybe that's something you felt that you needed to control this relationship because it stems from a place of fear. Okay, when you don't know what's going to happen, if it's ambiguous or you're unsure, you just want to control it or find out or micromanage it all so you can feel at ease, so you can have that kind of release. So yeah, there is still that sense of, you know, there was maybe something that was unhealthy when it comes to your mind and the way that you felt about this relationship. For some of you, this may be more so about past relationships, and maybe this is kind of a triggering new growth type of connection that you've got, and maybe that they being with this person or connecting with them has highlighted certain things for you. Okay, because I definitely see you transitioning from this connection with this person. So it may even be that, you know, levels of obsession or certain unhealthy thoughts, like they needed to treat you a certain way so you could evolve through this, so you could experience the pain and then grow from it. Yeah, like growing this thicker skin. Yeah, I feel like I want to add that to the bowl at some point, because I'm always adding new ones. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We've got Fire Brigade. We all know I love that one. It's just, I don't even know. It just comes out at very strange times. At one point, it used to come out all the time, no matter what the question was. But it gives me this intense energy. I see the Tower with that. Okay, the Tower card, kind of Aries, so something very intense and explosive even. Yeah, this might be like emotional outbursts, or, you know, something that's kind of core shaking here. So again, maybe it was this connection. It's like shaking you to the core, and you've had to reevaluate yourself and dive very deep. Okay, I mean, these jobs could actually be, you know, jobs that you do or your person does, but, you know, I feel like more in the sense of, you know, why they're coming through. Yeah, it feels like there's definitely change coming. Okay, maybe more balance as well with lawyer. You know, there could be legal things specifically going on, or this could be more about, you know, having to find the balance between you and this person, you know, or the level that you invest into this person. I do feel like, yeah, that I forgot to mention that earlier as well, that have faith in your dreams, that, you know, there is something growing here from this, but it also may be that you were having this, you know, desire to be with this person, but really not always seeing it in reality. But again, it feels like that's more past, and you're kind of at this place of acceptance now. Okay, maybe for some of you, you're going to speak your truth. Okay, that's something you do feel called to do, or maybe this is something that you feel you needed to hear as well, something about being open and honest. But I really do feel like this is more about being open and honest with yourself. Okay, this is weird, but I'm getting some pains in my teeth, like sensitive pains in my teeth and in my mouth. That's really strange. I don't know if someone needs to go to the dentist, but just make sure you go and have your checkup if you need to. It's just come on all of a sudden. And now it's starting to go. So yeah, I don't know if that resonates with someone. But it may be as well, you know, there could be a physical manifestation happening within the body because needs to be some, what's the word I was thinking of? Conclusion to whatever's going on, or something needs to be fixed here. Like it feels like, yeah, closure. I'm not even thinking, I can't bring the word to mind that is there, but I can't bring it in. Weird. And then November. So I don't know whether, yeah, November has resonance for you. It's a special month, your birthday or theirs, or whether you met or you're planning to meet in November. Depends obviously when you watch this reading, but there's obviously a reason for it to come through here. And lastly, I'm just going to pull one of these from the tattoo deck. Yeah, oh my God, of course. Yeah, okay. I really feel like this just confirms everything. Ten of Swords reverse. That this has come out of obsession. Okay, this has come out of the unhealthy. This is released. Okay, you've released something here. You know, this could have been depression or this feeling of betrayal, being stabbed in the back. But mentally, it's just complete, I don't know, despair, suffering. Okay, there's been a lot of suffering here, and you've released this. Okay, so yeah, I feel like it was obsession. I do feel like there were genuine feelings of love here, but you have come out of it. Okay, you've released it, and this was definitely triggered. Okay, this was some kind of karmic connection, you know, that you had with this person, and whether or not you move forwards together or not, I feel like there was a greater reason that you came together the way in which you did. Or whatever's transpired here has helped you shift this mental block, okay? Something that had you pinned down, I feel, okay? So this has definitely been a really positive experience, or it will have a positive result. Sorry, I don't feel like it's been a positive experience necessarily, but I feel like it will have this positive result in the end, okay? You're either feeling this way now, or if you feel like you're nearly there, or if you may even feel like this is impossible, but just know that it's not, and that this is actually bringing you closer to what you deserve, okay? This is releasing that mental block that had you tied down mentally, okay? So you can free yourself for something much better, either with this person, on your own, or with someone else entirely, okay? So let me know down in the comments below if this resonates with you, and give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy this reading today. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, you can check the description box below for all of that information there. Okay, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, Group 1. Take care. Okay, group number 2. Is this love or obsession? Or is it a mix? Okay. We're not going to be too pedantic here, because ultimately only you know truly whether this is love or obsession. Even after hearing these messages, you still have to truly determine that. But I can tell you, you know, what I see and feel here. And again, I'm going to be very honest, okay? Because this is what this really needs, is open honesty. So the first card we have is Secret Admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on, okay? Let's start with the native spirit, ancestors. Okay. Never-ending story. TikTok. A win-win outcome is forecast. Camera. Reminiscing. Keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories. Mask, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslight. I feel like I'm picking up a lot from this particular reading. This different feelings in different segments, okay? But I don't know, it feels very uncomfortable, like my eyes are starting to hurt. I don't know if some of you have got migraines, but I'm almost feeling like this person here, just like head in the hands, like it hurts. So yeah, I don't know if anybody feels that way right now. So, you know, if you do and you can, obviously, and it's safe to do so, you know, close your eyes, give yourself a break from the light. Okay. Is this love or obsession? Okay, I mean, we've got deeper feelings over here. Sorry, I've noticed I don't mean to knock the camera. Okay. So, yeah, deeper feelings than they're letting on. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's hidden here. Definitely. I do feel almost on both sides I'm sensing like neither of you are really showing each other how you feel. There's definitely deeper feelings than I feel like both of you are showing. For some of you, maybe it's just them. You know, maybe you feel like you've been very open, or maybe it's you. Okay, you've been very closed, they've been open. But I feel like, to me, it feels like a balance more so, that you're both kind of that way. Maybe there's a bit of tit for tat, or there's an element of game playing here. Because, yeah, not showing true feelings, gaslighting, some narcissistic traits coming through here. A win-win outcome is forecast. I mean, this is a relationship card. It's ruled by Libra, okay, ruled by Venus. So there is something about partnerships here, maybe contracts. But there is also this element of time being a factor here with TikTok. I mean, it could be very literal about TikTok, the app. So I don't know if that's... I feel like that'd be very personal to you, though. You know, maybe, I don't know, you met through there or DM through there or something. Yeah, or you watch each other's stuff through there. You know, that could be for some of you. But for the majority, I feel like this is something to do with the timing and maybe having patience about this. So maybe there is this element of impatience. There's definitely some suffering here, and it feels like things are going round in circles. So there's some kind of negative cycle here that I feel like you're wanting to just be over, like you're done with the cycle now. Yeah, but at the same time, there's still pain. So it may be that, there's a bit of both. Again, I'm obviously going to look at the tarot as well, and my own homemade messages as we move forwards to see if we can definitely pinpoint. But sometimes it's just the way that it is. We may have a little bit of both. One may be teetering on the one side than the other. But this is ultimately just to, you know, hope to open your eyes so you can either be reassured and go, actually, I think I'm in a pretty healthy mindset. And yeah, I'm thinking about this a kind of normal amount, or not normal, but I guess healthy amount. Or that, no, maybe I am leaning on the other side and I'm a bit obsessive and I just needed a wake-up call. So, okay. Yeah, because it feels like there is this element of thinking a lot and maybe looking at photos as well. So I don't know if you're looking at their photos a lot. They could be looking at yours. But there's also something about this ancestral pattern here, something to do with the ancestors. So maybe this is either breaking your ancestors' pattern, if they had this pattern of, I don't know, failed relationships, or maybe even positive relationships, and you're trying to follow in their footsteps. But this could also be about your own ancestral pattern, almost that you're creating. That could be something that's on your mind. Maybe, yeah, there's something about a pattern, something repeating here that maybe you're wondering, or maybe your person is thinking about as well. But yeah, secret admirer, the fact that we've got two energies, both of, you know, not letting on that there is something deeper going on here. Okay, so that's why I do feel like there could be real feelings here as well, but it just may border into obsessiveness. So there's a similar energy to group one's reading. So if you're really drawn to group ones, it may resonate, but you know, if this is resonating now, then obviously continue to watch. But if it's not making any sense yet, then you may need to choose another pile. Okay, so let's just see, is this love or obsession, group two? Okay, so we have the Hermit, Seven of Swords reversed. Okay, Seven of Wands reversed, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Swords reversed, Eight of Cups reversed, Eight of Cups upright, sorry. So the Hermit, we've got Virgo there, so I don't know if you are a Virgo, your person is. You've got two sevens, and an 8. Okay. So the Hermit is, so there could have been a ghosting here, or somebody could be very quiet, okay, it's inside their shell. And again, that makes sense with this kind of being secret, okay, so there could be some potentially secret obsession going on here, or just some watching, lurking, but not making any moves. That's what it feels like. And then, hold on, I don't want to lose the, sequence. So 7 of Swords reversed. So this can denote some self-deceit here. So I do feel to a certain extent there have been either some obsessions or some fantasies about this on your side, okay? Yeah, because this can be like the mask coming off, okay? So seeing that now, it may be them, maybe you saw the real them, okay? Like their mask has come off and you've seen them, okay? And then that's changed the course of things here. So yeah, if you don't feel like they've revealed something about themselves, I feel like there is something about the way that you've been viewing them or thinking about them that hasn't been quite grounded in reality. So there's something, you know, maybe you were just wishing for something and imagining it, okay? It could be a bit of that going on, you know, which is just it's protection. It's protection from being afraid, you know, afraid of what the truth is, afraid to deal with the hurt emotions that you'll feel if this was to be over, okay? Or if this wasn't to go the way in which that you desired. Because with any kind of obsession, it's an attachment to something, to a person, even to a future dream, okay? You can be too attached to that, and you know, that's why manifesting definitely works, law of attraction works, but it can be challenging for those that suffer with addictions or obsessiveness, because it can then cause scarcity and then resistance to it even happening, which then affirms that it won't happen, and it can become a cycle, okay? And things can't manifest in an obsessive place because it's an ultra intense state of attachment, and in order for things to manifest you need to be detached and in that state of as if I have it, so I don't care whether I see that I have it or not. I don't care whether I receive communication or not because I know it's there. But it's very hard in the 3D reality to experience that. Sorry for the shaking upstairs. Oh, I don't know what's going on up there, but it's shaking down here. But then, yeah, because there's this energy of then giving up. So I feel like maybe this is you, like giving up hope or giving up making any effort, you know. And there's this juggling here. So I don't know whether this is you or your person, but someone here has been trying to juggle too much and has come completely unstuck here. Okay, but I do feel there is a transition out of some mental anguish, okay? So whatever if this has been obsessive or this has been, you know, self-deceitful, okay, or if this other person has been deceitful and that's come to light, this is all moving forwards now, okay? You're going to get out of this place of feeling low, feeling anxious or trapped to this or attached, okay? Feeling attached to this and being able to emotionally distance and walk away. And I feel like this is going to be your power, group 2, is putting that distance between you and the obsession and the person. As I said, it's not to say that there aren't real love feelings, because the fact that we have the 8 of Cups here shows that there is love, but you're walking away either with your love or away from love. So yeah, I do feel that it's definitely a bit of both, but it's the stage in which you're at, or the stage in which you're headed towards group 2, where I feel like you're distancing yourself from the love and any obsession or any intrusive thoughts that you've been suffering with. Okay, so I really hope that you see that as a positive message, group 2, that, you know, you are moving out of this, you know, whatever the suffering is, or this, you know, never-ending cycle, okay, never-ending story that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. You know, where there's something about this, there's no transparency here, and I feel like that's what you need. You know, you need transparency in order to feel safe and secure. But again, that can actually come from within you, feeling safe and secure no matter what anybody else is doing, thinks, or, you know, however anybody else treats you, that you can feel secure and safe within yourself regardless, okay? You know, so that may be a place in which you're headed to at the moment. I'm just going to have a look at my homemade deck as well. I really hope that this Noise stops. It's really annoying. Interruptions today. I bet there's something going on with Uranus. Okay. Is this love or obsession? You can hear that gardener outside now. Oh my god. Creative. Maybe there's been a lot of disruption in your connection. Okay, we have travel, maybe travel disruptions, maybe there were some cancellations, okay, or maybe there were just some other kind of restrictions or something. Okay, so we have addiction there. I will reach out. Okay, 11th house. Oh, I can't come back now. Well, that's contradictory, isn't it? Friends. You are healing. Karmic, yeah. DM arrives. Hairdresser. Last one. Surgeon. Okay, so hairdresser and surgeon could be very literal jobs that both of you have. Or these could be interests. It could be that someone's having a makeover, okay, a surgical makeover, a hair makeover. Yeah, so these could be, you know, two very literal elements. But there's something about transitioning, because in both of these jobs there's creating a change or an improvement, either in health or in physicality or in hair. So yeah, something about making improvements here for you is coming through, and you are healing. I think that's one of the most beautiful messages that's coming through, especially with addiction beneath it, like that you are healing from addiction. Okay, now again, it might be addiction to this person, to this connection, or again to any other substance, something that you do either too much of or you don't want to do at all, but you feel like you can't be okay without him. Okay, that's what, you know, that real addictive feeling is. Sometimes it can be skewed. Sometimes we might not think we are addicted to things, but it's like, try taking that thing away, and then how well can you cope without it? So yeah, it does feel like there's something here, something that you've been struggling with letting go of, okay, but you're healing from that. Okay, and maybe this is one of the problems, because we've got I will reach out, I can't come back now, DM arrives. Like, it's up and down, up and down. So maybe you get mixed messages from this person, and yeah, 1 minute they're hot, 1 minute they're cold, 1 minute they're reaching out, 1 minute they can't come back. Okay, so this may also be you. It might be that you decide, I can't come back from this now. Like, I'm done. I've moved on now. This is over. So this may be you finding that inner strength. Okay, detaching and letting go of this connection and saying, I don't need this anymore. It's time for me to move on. Or maybe for some of you, this might be offering of friendship. Okay, you may say, we can be friends, but you know, you're not what I'm looking for in terms of a romantic opportunity. Okay, but you know, that's what it feels like. Like I said, it's not to say that there isn't love here. Like I said, I've seen elements of love and feelings, but I feel for you, group 2, you're definitely in this like moving on up energy. And yeah, travel. Maybe you're actually traveling somewhere. Maybe you're planning a trip, or yeah, you're wanting to go somewhere to kind of escape or to get away. Okay, that could also be an element of addiction, a kind of escapism there. But it could also be that there was a long distance connection between you. So maybe there's physical distance right now. But yeah, I just find it interesting. We've got friends and the 11th house. Is the 11th house rules friends. Okay, sign of Aquarius, and groups and social activities. So that may be something that you decide to focus on more so now, instead of this person, or maybe into your like creativity, creative projects or something, or again, travel. These seem to be like ways out almost, I feel, of moving out of addiction and transitioning into healthier things, maybe more varied things. Maybe that's something that you need more of, is variety in your life, and this will help you to not feel so attached to things that you find unhealthy. So yeah, there's definitely been this karmic element, okay, to your connection with this person. Like, they have helped you to propel your healing. Maybe you didn't feel like you needed to heal until you met this person, okay? Definitely something to do with the interaction that you had has helped you to grow. And I do feel it's actually helped them to grow. You know, whether that's something you're interested in or not, I just feel like it's nice to know, you know, because if you're doing good karmic things, or if good karmic things are happening for both of you, that's what, you know, is the best thing, really, rather than, you know, you both continuing in, you know, the same realm. If you can both evolve and treat other people, you know, if they can treat other people better, if you can. And okay, that was weird. Sorry, I just dropped a few of the cards. I'm just curious what they are, because they 3 dropped. Three of Pentacles, Mother of Swords, and the Moon. Yeah, okay. So we've got card of Pisces here, we've got air, and we've got earth. It feels there's definitely some kind of mystery here. I feel like something about slipping through the fingers, maybe they slipped through your fingers, or they feel like you slipped through their fingers. But yeah, definitely something to do with karmic lessons, like something wasn't learned. So it's almost like you needed to go through something like the hard way in order to learn something about yourself that you wouldn't have learned if you hadn't have gone through this the hard way. So maybe you feel like you messed up in some way, you made a mistake, okay, with this person. Yeah, and there could be many ways in which you could be beating yourself up, and it's not to say that, you know, you believe they didn't do anything wrong either. You may feel like, yeah, you both kind of messed up in different ways, or, you know, whether you've got that awareness yet, but something's definitely coming through, like you needed to learn this lesson. There needed to be some kind of change and growth here. So maybe this is also about being more reserved, okay? You know, holding back a little bit. Yeah, there's something about mystery here in the subconscious. So maybe there's also been subconscious triggers that have caused you to, yeah, maybe you weren't learning something because it's been programmed. That's the thing. It's really hard to break out of those programmed, intrusive or thought patterns, you know, or routines and habits. So yeah, it's like this needed to highlight something. So you needed to go through pain for this to be highlighted so you could heal it and learn from it, okay? And definitely so you would feel like you have more control in another situation, or you feel like, yeah, that you can go into a new situation in a different energy or a different way, or like you see things from a new perspective this time. Yeah, huge awakening here. So yeah, to clarify, I feel like, yeah, there's been definitely some obsession here. There have been loving feelings as well, or emotional connection. But I feel like, yeah, very similar to group 1 in this respect. You're starting to transition and move on from it. And there's a lot of positives that are coming through, which I really didn't expect in this reading, in the way that it has come through. So it's really nice, actually. I feel like that it's highlighting the changes and the good that's coming from it, because, you know, I really thought we were going to go really in depth to see more so about the obsession or love, but it just feels like you're over it, and I'm glad that you're either over it or you're about to be, okay? So, you know, that's what we want. That's what we want. I want you all to be happy and at peace ultimately. So I really hope that this has helped to bring you a bit more harmony and reassurance. Okay, so let me know down in the comments below if this did resonate with you, and please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You know, all your support really does help and helps me to be able to keep producing these videos for you. So yeah, really appreciate all of your love and kind words. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, check the description box below for the link to my website. So I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Okay, group number 3, let's take a look if this is love or obsession, or as I stated earlier, it might be a little bit of both. So let's see. The first message we have is surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out for the best. Okay. White buffalo. Come to the edge. Yin. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Oh yeah, so you're the only group I did actually pull 3 of these for. I just felt drawn to it. The golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. Okay. Girl with a snake, whoa. Empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. The sword and the rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Wow. Okay. So this is actually more clear than the other two, and I have been picking up on a lot of physical things here, just in my body. I just got a really bad stomach ache for like a moment, so I don't know, something about the stomach here. Don't know if you've got a nervous stomach or, I don't know, indigestion or something, but yeah, I don't know, something doesn't feel right in my gut here. Okay, but yeah, I do feel like there's been some obsession here. This doesn't feel like a healthy love. Okay, now, you know, to clarify, just because I say I'm seeing more obsession than love doesn't mean that you don't feel love, or, you know, that there isn't love here, because only you can truly know that. But sometimes we can be clouded by our own judgment or by our desires. Okay, and this is what this reading is really going to try and, what I'm going to try and do here with this is to unpick that, to see, is it, you know, something that's really going on in your own minds, or some kind of fantasy, or is it something that's really, really genuine and healthy? And I'm going to be very honest about that. Okay, there's no point in me sugarcoating, otherwise why would you be here? So yeah, I do feel like it may be that you love them, but this does not feel healthy, because there's this narcissistic, we've got two narcissist cards come through now. Now again, I'm not calling anybody or labeling anybody a narcissist or anything, but there's narcissistic traits coming through. Okay, there's a one-sided energy. There's, you know, the feeling of being used. There's this runner-chaser energy that I'm getting there with come to the edge. The white buffalo is giving me this cold energy. Yeah, it's definitely not been great leading up. Now, we may have something more positive coming through here with a new romantic cycle begins. Okay, so that is a really nice message, I feel. But everything else... yeah, it feels like there is this energy of needing to let go. Okay, maybe you're already aware of this. You know, you might be like, yeah, I know for a fact this is my connection. It's definitely narcissistic and empathic paradigm. I do feel attached, because that's what obsession is. Okay, it's attached. It's being attached to something, being attached to someone. Okay, it can become very addictive. Okay. So if you feel like you're addicted, you feel like you're spending more time of the day thinking about them and suffering than not, you know, if it's coming to the detriment of other areas of your life, if you feel like it's affecting you negatively more so than not, and then, you know, it sounds like it's obsession. Okay, so this is just something for you to ask yourself, you know, to recognize and to ask yourself these questions. You know, how much of the day do I spend being happy when I think about them as well? How much of the day do I spend feeling upset? But also, if you're thinking about one person all day long, there's no space for anything else there. So if you feel like they, you know, take over your whole life, your whole mind, you know, that's definitely being in that obsessive place. And that can come from being in a narcissistic abusive connection, because if there was the love bombing phase, which is very intense and lulls you into a false sense of security, makes you believe that this is how it's always going to be, or that it'll always be like wanting them to get back to that point that they were in the beginning phase. Like, they were so amazing, they showed me how attentive and committed and consistent they are, and how much they love me. They showered me with gifts and attention, so I know it's in them. So if I can just do this, or just wait for them a little bit more, or just make them see, you know, what they're missing by not treating me well, then they can get back to that phase and everything will be okay. But that's not the way that a narcissist or person with high narcissism will treat you. And it's not conscious most of the time on their part either. Again, I'm not here to, you know, bring anybody else down here. It comes from a place of, you know, themselves being either abandoned or abused, or going through some kind of trauma, and it's their element of protection. They fall in love very quickly, but they fall out of it just as quickly. They discard, okay, because they're trying to fill this void within them, and they feel like at the time you can fill that void, but when they realize that you can't fill the void, they think someone else can fill the void, but it's never going to be anybody else. It'll always be that there needs to be something else, you know, that they need to heal within them, so they're not feeling like they have a void to fill. You know, but they'll use people to fill those voids, and maybe in different areas. But like I said, most of the time this is not conscious or trying. You know, there are some very manipulative people out there that, of course, will do you know, nasty things to get what they want, and they know that they're hurting and causing pain, and they enjoy it. Okay, you know, there are some, of course, masochists out there, but there are a lot more unaware narcissistic people or manipulative people that are just, they believe that they're doing the right thing, they believe that they feel loved healthily and genuinely, and that you're the problem. But it's the lack of self-awareness that causes, they detach from, you know, what they do. That's why they have the grandiose ideas about themselves, and they always believe themselves to be right, but they'll always project their feelings onto you. And I feel like this is what's been happening here. Yeah. Yeah, there's something about boundaries here. So maybe you feel like your boundaries were crossed, or, you know, maybe you didn't feel like you had the boundaries there in the first place. Okay. Something about defenses. So maybe you feel like you let your guard down with them, you let your defenses down, and now you're in this place of, I just don't know. I don't know what to do with this person anymore. And I don't even know who I am anymore. And that's what can happen if you've been with this person a long time, or you've been in very similar connections to this, you know. There's definitely like this, there's a triggering here, and there's like a chipping away at your soul, I feel. That's what it feels like, this, yeah, chipping away a little bit more and a little bit more at your heart. And, you know, that you just start to lose faith and trust, okay? Not only in other people, but that trust in yourself, okay? How can I choose the right person for me? You know, why do I keep... But this is also the pattern we can get into. Why are these people always attracted to me, okay? But we also have to ask ourselves, why am I attracted to them? Okay, why am I picking these people? Because the common denominator, if you do have many of these same relationships, again, tough love here, but if you have had multiple of these narcissistic or toxic relationships, the common denominator is you. Okay, it's not to say these people haven't had other toxic situations, they probably have as well, but there's something within you that also needs healing. Okay, so if they need healing, you need healing as well. You know, if you're both hurt people are drawn together. That's the thing. They may just show their trauma in different ways. Some may show it with being, you know, codependent and very needy and anxious and attached. Okay, and on the flip side, there's the person that is the emotional avoidant and that runs away from anything emotional and intense. You know, both people have suffered pain. Both people exhibit it very differently. So, you know, that's what I almost feel like is going on here as well. Let me know down in the comments, you know, as we go forwards, if any of this does make sense, because this is definitely one of the strongest messages actually that's coming through. So I really do feel like surrendering. This is something you're being called to do, group 3, is to, you know, surrender to this and to try to release it, okay? To maybe step into your divine feminine energy. And it doesn't matter whether you're male or female watching this, you know, we all have yin and yang energy within us. So I feel like this is just where you need to be right now. And the divine feminine watches, introspects, and, you know, evolves internally, you know, observes, doesn't act, just observes. So I feel like this is something you're being guided to do, is to observe yourself, observe the connection, almost as a separate entity, like, and how does it really make you feel? How much of the time do you spend suffering versus feeling content, okay? And not feeling the intense elation, you know, because that can end up in limerence, okay? The obsessive infatuation stage, you know, that can, I mean, that's nice, but again, it's not grounded in reality. But when you feel at peace with someone, where like, I'm good, I know they're going to get back to me later, or I know we're connected, you know, that they show me. Not only do I feel it, they show me with their actions, okay? So if you feel that way, you know, that's your feeling, and that's a really great feeling, and that's a positive indication that this is healthy, or that it's turning into something healthy. That could be something to note as well, because here we have that new romantic cycle beginning. So, I mean, to be fair, if there is a lot of this narcissistic energy coming through, it's going to take a lot to heal it. So, you know, I can't say for sure whether this is you two healing it together, but there is something about this that is creating a new beginning. Okay, so yeah, for some of you, it could be a new beginning together. For others of you, this could be a new beginning full stop, you know, with somebody else that doesn't exhibit these traits. I don't know. I suddenly now feel nauseous. What is going on today? Weird. Okay. But let's clarify. Is this love or obsession at group 3? Oh yeah, and I was going to say actually as well that all the hot and cold as well. You know, that could be very trauma bonding, okay? And it may be that you get all this heat, and then when things go quiet, you could maybe get obsessed in that moment, because it's like to fill the space, to fill the silence, to fill that void within yourself. It could be. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands. Is this obsession or is this love? Okay, we've got the Star. Yeah, Two of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, so I would say this is actually the least emotional of the readings. And now, not to say that, you know, you don't have loving feelings for this person, or they don't for you at all, but I'm seeing definitely way more obsession here than anything else. And, you know, there's codependency here. There's like a need that's not being met. And this is where I feel like you're striving towards trying to get that need met, but it's like you don't get it from this person. But it creates like even more of a need because you're in need and you're not getting it. It's like, I don't know, trying to think of the equivalent. Well, it's like, yeah, if you're in a relationship, but you never see each other, maybe you see each other once a year or speak to each other once a year. It's like you're in the connection. Maybe you can't move on with anybody else technically, but you're apart from your person. So it's like you're really getting none of your needs met, which creates more need. Okay, because it's like you're getting a taste. Like maybe this is what's happening as well. You're getting breadcrumbs, you're getting dribs and drabs of attention. And, you know, when you receive a bit of that attention, it's like, whoa, you cling on to it. Like, wow, okay, I've received nothing. And now they said, hey. And, you know, if you're in a traumatized place or in a codependent place, you can cling on to that. Like, why would they reach out and say, hey? But I feel like this person would happily just keep you there as an option, or to string you along, quite honestly, as long as you'd be willing to stay engaged with them. Okay, group 3, I do feel like there is some self-deception here with the Seven of Swords. That's what this can indicate, deception. But, you know, this can either be that their mask is slipping and you're seeing the true colors of them, or this could be, you know, your like rose-colored glasses slipping, okay? You used to see them in a positive light. Maybe you had them up on a pedestal, but now you see them in the cold light of day. Okay, but even so, you may see them in the cold light of day, but it still doesn't stop you feeling attached or even addicted at times. But there is this energy with the Star of, yeah, maybe something being like having one foot in, one foot out. Okay, and there's definitely this, like this is going backwards in terms of healing. Okay, I feel like this situation is just inflicting more and more pain and causing more confusion here. But, and yeah, I feel like there's been silent treatment as well. So I don't know if your person uses silent treatment, or maybe you use that on them as well as a tactic. But it doesn't feel honest, and it doesn't feel like honorable and healthy ultimately. Okay, so I'm just going to look at my homemade deck as well to see. Okay, that's come out every time, which is weird. Very different readings, but I don't know why that's come out again, but we'll get to that. We've got a monkey. I love to make you smile. Loyal and honorable. Reiki healer. Moving. Future marriage proposal. What is going on? Level up. Second house. Sharp. Okay, we'll just take the rest of these. Right, what have we got? I'm not ready. Extrovert. Lips. Okay. I mean, lips, I don't know if that's your person really loves your lips, okay, or you really love their lips. Or it could be someone's paying lip service, okay, just saying things just for the sake of it, or just to get what they want as a manipulation tactics. You know, this could be, if they are quite a charming person, it could be, you know, I'll say whatever it is to get what I want from you. But it could also be your side as well, like people pleasing. If you find yourself to be on that side of the paradigm, I'll say whatever it is that I think that I know they want to hear, like strategizing, like this will get them back, or this will get them to see me or treat me in a different way. but yeah, healing, Reiki healer. So, I mean, that could be something that one of you does or you could be into, but this could also be coming through as some advice here that may help to align your chakras, okay? And that may help with any lingering obsessions or, you know, negative, intrusive thoughts that are coming through. But yeah, but there's definitely some contrast. We've got future marriage proposal, and then I'm not ready. And then loyal and honorable, and I love to make you smile, and then moving, leveling up. Monkey, this could be like the year of the monkey. They could be born, or you could be. But, you know, with monkeys, they move from branch to branch. And that's the energy that I'm getting from this person. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you are the one that's loyal and honorable. I really do. I feel like you're the one that would be there for them and would definitely marry them, and maybe you're thinking about proposing to them, okay? Or you're waiting for a future marriage proposal. Now, it's not to say that it won't come. It may come. That might be why that's come through here, okay? But I don't want to feed into making anything worse here for you in terms of what's healthy, because even if there is a marriage on the horizon, I feel like it's definitely something you should deeply consider. You know, being attached to this person for the rest of your life, potentially, if they cause you pain. But yeah, it depends. That things could, like I said, take a turn. They could take a sharp turn here. And with extroverts, something to do with extroverts. So I don't know whether you recognize yourself as an extrovert or you recognize them, but I don't know why it's coming out here. But something about being out, being public, maybe that's something that you're wanting as well. Maybe you feel like this is hidden in some way, so maybe you're wanting things to be more in more open with other people, okay? Sharing it with other people. Yeah, maybe sharing it with friends. Maybe that's why the 11th house has come through, sharing it with friends or your clubs or society. It could be social media there. But second house is also about money and possessions, self-esteem. So I don't know if, you know, finances or possessions, maybe you have something of theirs or they have something of yours, or I don't know, something to do with gifts. That could be something that they love bombed you with as well. But I also do feel like this connection has taken a dive or a hit towards your self-esteem. Yeah. And yeah, future marriage, a potential. Oh, did I say proposal? I did, didn't I? Potential, future marriage potential. I should read my own cards, right? Future marriage potential. So yeah, it could be. There could be a huge change here. I mean, but I feel like there would definitely need to be a big change made on both sides in order for that to be the case. But yeah, I don't know. But it could also be, you know, again, I just want to be very open. I don't want to cloud things further for you, okay? But it could be that, I said, there is potential for it to, you know, get to that stage, but is this something that is going to bring you long-term happiness? Is this somebody that you genuinely want to marry? Or maybe this is just bringing up marriage, you know, or maybe someone is married already, maybe they are. But yeah, it's not, I just feel like there could be that potential in the future, but there definitely needs to be time, okay? I'm not ready, so someone isn't ready here, and I don't feel like you can get to that place of happiness unless you're both truly in the same boat, okay? But yeah, I love to make you smile. I think that's really sweet. And I think maybe, you know, that is how they feel about you. They do like to make you smile, and they like it maybe when you are smiling. So it's almost like, yeah, with this person, they may stay away from you when they mess up because they don't want to see the pain they've caused you, or they don't want to be on like the blunt end of, or maybe the sharp, maybe you have quite a sharp tongue. Maybe you, you know, could annihilate them with what you say. So yeah, I sense that's what that's about a little bit. Like, they like to be around you when you're smiling and happy, but yeah, they're not the best at taking responsibility for when they've caused you pain, and they just want to avoid it, which isn't very healthy or mature on their part. But yeah, but I still think it's a nice sentiment that they do like to see you smiling, but it may even be a little bit immature, and you know, that's not real love either, because it's you should, you know, when there's a real deep, genuine love, it may just be that this is a short-term thing and you haven't gotten to that point yet, but when there's a genuine love, they'll want to be with you when you're sad as well. Like, they won't like to see you sad, obviously, or hopefully not, but they would want to be there to support you as well. And they won't just be there during the good times or, you know, when you're happy with them, but they will be there even when you're annoyed with them, you know? Yeah, I just feel like that was something that really needed to come through there. Okay, so I really do hope that this resonates with you, and please let me know down in the comments below if it does, and give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy this reading, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Really close to 10,000 now, so yeah, the more of you that subscribe, you know, I appreciate that very much. Okay, and if you'd like a personal reading with me, check the description box below for the link to my website. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care.